Welcome back to episode 6 of Strategy and Stratagems Total War Warhammer 2, where we have reached the climax of Phase 1 in reaching the Golden Colossus facing off the Lizardmen of the Sentinels of Seti. So this episode we're going to go into battle and complete our expansion and consolidation of the Copper Desert province. So this episode will be mostly focused on combat. We have two armies under High Queen Khalida and King Foktem facing off against Bakui and the reinforcing garrison under Eris. So let us get straight into it and face off against the Lizardmen.
To battle!
Alright, we have loaded in, and now we shall begin deployment. So let us first understand where King Foktem's troops are coming from. From the southwest of our position. Okay, so our main line is going to be made up of these skeleton spearmen due to their increased melee defense. Right, the skeleton horsemen as well as the skeleton horseman archers will be going probably into vanguard deployment in the forests, and we'll meet the lizardmen head on because we're not here about we're here to grind them down since this is our main advantage. So we'll deploy skeleton warriors to the flanks of the spearmen, and this will be our first line. What I'm aiming to do when King Foktem arrives, he's going to form up a second line behind the main line formed up by High Queen Khalida's forces. So what we're going to do is use this group of trees as the anchor for our left flank. Just going to go right along here. This will be group 1. Maybe even more so. Give us a little bit of room on the right and left flanks to act. Then in the support line we'll have the ranged troops, the skeleton archers. Then High Queen Khalida shall be in the center along with the Tomb Prince.
Eternally loyal.
And behind them we'll put the skeleton warriors as a reserve that will actually place them on the left flank here. Behind the first line. Even like that. Very good. Then, let's see, Necropolis Knights, where will we be able to strike most heavily on the Lizardmen? So, the idea is that they'll charge into the center. They'll charge into the center here, hit our main spear line. We'll form up the second line with King Foktem's reinforcements. So this wooded area is going to be a little bit difficult for cavalry to use, so I'm thinking we focus our main heavy cavalry forces on the right flank. And then the chariots will also go off to the right flank and operate in around here. Maybe use skeleton horsemen and skeleton archers on the left flank since they're lighter and more maneuverable. Okay, I think we'll do that. Might even leave the sepulchral stalkers in the center as a reserve force to protect High Queen Khalida along with the Tomb Prince in case there are any large units that end up forcing their way into the center. Or do we concentrate our cavalry, heavy cavalry on the right flank? I think we concentrate. Very good. The skeleton horsemen will operate on the left flank. And the skeleton horsemen archers will operate on the right flank where there is more space. Excellent. Let's group up our main heavy cavalry on the right. High Queen Khalida, Group 5, Group 6, and the horse archers will be Group 7. And for this battle, if things get a little too hectic, I'll be using the pause function. However, I'm aiming not to do that because I'd rather have the challenge of constant motion. Alright, let us begin. So the lizardmen have also deployed in a wide formation. Let's get our skeleton horsemen out of here so that they're not attacked. Let's pull the cavalry back so that they don't end up flanking us. Let us aim for the skin cohorts have arrows, shields, so we'll aim for the Sword Scar veteran. Okay, King Foktem's forces are arriving. We'll send the skeleton warriors to the flanks. Where is Bakui? He's in the back there. Okay. We'll form up into guard mode. Okay, our reserves are coming up. Skeleton horsemen will move off to the left to end up flanking. And then the reserve spearmen will form up as the second line. Let's aim at Bakui. Let's not get our skeleton horsemen flanked. Let's get the chariots closer to the right flank. And the flock of Jaff could fly over here. High Queen Khalida needs to get into combat with Eris along with the Tomb Prince.
My orders enacted.
Okay, excellent. Okay, they caught our main cavalry forces on the right, but we shall saturate with skeleton warriors and get the chariots ready to pounce. Let's pull the archer line back because they're getting pressured. Skeleton horsemen need to activate. Press onto the left flank. Excellent, holding the line, holding the line. Bakui's nearly dead. Let's get the flock of Jaff out of here. Alright, heavy cavalry needs to activate. Now let's bring the Sepulchral Stalkers to take care of these spearmen. High Queen Khalida is doing relatively well. Let's support her with reserve spearmen. Unfortunately, the chariots got stuck here, which should be fine. They have higher speed. Let's bring the reserve skeleton horseman archers into support. Our cavalry on the left is being pinned down by Coldwood Spear Riders, but I think we'll be able to take them down. with both our units. Okay. Of course, the lizardmen are slowly beating us down here. Right, let's activate the chariots. Aim for Bakui. Tomb Prince is doing alright. Khalida is doing alright. And we're starting to break their right flank, which is where our main strength is anyways. Let's bring Khalida and the Tomb Prince around. The skeleton horsemen have defeated the enemy cavalry. We'll make a quick charge on the left flank. And we forgot to activate the Tomb King and the Tomb and the Lich Priest. That's okay. Alright, let's activate the heavy cavalry on the right. And now let's quickly bring the skeleton horsemen out to pursue these king skirmishers. Okay, we'll activate the new Tomb King to advance into the front line. And we'll use our magic to buff up our troops. Okay, our skeleton horsemen are getting out skirmished, which is unfortunate. So we need to pull them back. Bakui has been wounded. Excellent. The right flank has broken, so let us bring our cavalry around and activate the skeleton horsemen archers to pursue the lizardmen forces. Okay, our skeleton horsemen are being pursued down by enemy skirmishers. Right. Let us reform the line here in case the lizardmen make a counterattack.
Onward, legions!
Let's see. Alright, skeleton horsemen archers need to go pursue the lizardmen as much as possible. And the lizardmen are about to break. Excellent. However, now the pursuit begins and we use our cavalry forces to rank up, shall we say. Profit. Excellent, excellent. Well, we held. The idea of the two-rank line was something I came up with quite early, since the lizardmen would have to beat down through hordes and hordes of skeletons. We'll basically be able to ground them down completely,
I obey!
just with sheer mass. Excellent. Of course, skeleton horsemen aren't exactly the best, unfortunately. That's why we're aiming for Nehekara horsemen rather than the various shitty skeleton horsemen, but that's okay. Okay, I think at this point we can complete the battle. I mean, we've lost plenty, but it was mostly chaff. Mostly chaff. We unfortunately lost one cavalry unit. And And of course the lizardmen dealing huge amounts of damage. They even wrecked our first line, which is alright. That's what they're there to do. That's why we brought in King Foktem with his reinforcements. The main core, which are the archers and the cavalry, mostly survived, which is the most important damage dealers so far, and we are focusing on a more cavalry-centric build, anyways, for our armies. Most of Khalida's army has perished, but we shall recruit it once again. Do we sack? No, we're gonna occupy it because we need to consolidate phase 1 here. Ooh, fire resistance for Tomb Kings, that's really nice. Okay. Right, we've now completed a few missions. Province secured, right unlocked, great incantation of Hussar. Right. Issue a commandment, which we're about to do. Excellent. Now, so we've completed phase 1. The Copper Desert is now ours. Right now we need to figure out what we're going to do with our money, and we need to figure out how we're going to maximally proceed eastwards, or in this case south, towards the southern tip of Lustria to get our first Book of Nagash at the Citadel of Dusk. Let's see. Let's just remind ourselves that at the Citadel of Dusk we have the 7th Book of Nagash, which is Research and Canopic Jars. Right, and then we're going to aim for the coastline. So basically, Phase 2 is aiming to be the conquest of southern Lustria in around here. So it's basically going to be fighting against Skaven and High Elves. Okay. We're not going to do much with the dwarves. We're going to let them live on the spine of Sotek. The elves...
The realm of souls fills with my foes.
Yes, it does. The elves are allies to the north, which is good. We might sneak over King Foktem or High Queen Khalida to pick up the Mud Isles in case Teclis doesn't occupy the Mud Isles, because this is an extra resource, and the Tomb Kings also love their trade resources. Okay. First of all, let's see what's in the Golden Colossus. Funerary District, which is increased speed and income.
The day of awakening comes.
Okay, I think we might keep that for the time being. Excellent. This garrison, what's the building browser for the Golden Colossus? Anything special? We got a marble quarry. Desert Lookout, we don't need garrisons for the moment. Okay, so let's merge the units that have been damaged here for the time being.
Find my harem.
Find your harem. We will, sooner or later.
The goddess wills it.
And here we can begin recruiting, or re-recruiting our forces for High Queen Khalida.
Fills with my foes.
Let's see. The Lich Priest, Hatip, has
To be
upgraded.
trusted.
Hatip, I think I was going to make a specific combat wizard. So let's mostly focus on improving spells. Joust Incantation of Cursed Blades, yep. That battle was quite large, and I apologize if it was really hectic. I was trying to get my bearings with the constantly encroaching lizardmen forces.
My will be done.
So I think we're going to merge Foktem's army with High Queen Khalida and have Foktem be the main recruiter.
Move in.
So next turn we'll transfer forces from King Foktem into High Queen Khalida. We're going to give Hatip
Answer
to
your queen.
Khalida, and I'm thinking we're going to give the chariots and the horsemen archers to High Queen Khalida, as well as a whole bunch of skeleton warriors and whatnot. Okay, and then in terms of commandments, I think we'd like to start building very soon. Breastworks, chariots, we're not really focused on chariots all that much. Let's just quickly take a look at our diplomacy. So we're the Order of Lore Masters, we're trading.
Who seeks me?
We don't have that many trade resources anyways. Okay, so I think so part of Phase 2 is to conquer the southern tip of Lustria, but at the same time probably send out an agent of some sort to scout out potential trade partners, as we will start getting new trade resources and trade goods, as we have marble and then a possibility of pottery from the Mud Isles. Okay, so for the commandments, let's just take a quick look. Worship of Fakth. Construction cost tax
I alone
rates.
shall restore
Worship of
Nehekar.
Asar. Worship of Asaf. Worship of Petra. Petra, that's campaign movement and growth. Let's see, so we're gonna have poor public order this turn, but the next turn the conquest public order is gonna go away. Okay. Right, Regnant Catacombs.
Tomb King.
I'm thinking we want to employ the money that we have for construction purposes. So we're going to lay off construction right now, and we're going to enact the Worship of Fakth commandment so that next turn we have cheaper construction for all our buildings. Right. So also right now we're working on researching nomad stock to increase the capabilities of our skeleton horsemen. And maybe even enact the proclamation of the second dynasty. Let's remind ourselves which dynasty we were going to go after the second one. I think it's either the 4th or the 5th possibly. Acropolis Knights. No, not yet. It's the 6th dynasty. That's Ushabti, Necrosphinxes. No, I do believe it was the 4th dynasty that we wanted to go for the Tomb Guard. But that would require more focus on infantry. Right, this is the basic infantry, Nehekara warriors and chariots. Inscriptions. Let's remind ourselves, where are the main which of the dynasties improves the chariots? So Shabti, Necrosphinxes. It looks to me like it's the 1st dynasty. Because this is Tomb Scorpions and Sepulchral Stalkers, so more constructs and carrion. This is Tomb Guard. Yes, so I'm thinking second, so we're going to complete the Nomad stock, then possibly do the Proclamation of the Second Dynasty, and then roll with the Wisdom of the First Dynasty to go for the chariot unit upgrades and the Nehekara warrior upgrades. Or possibly go for Rahash as our main administrator, so to speak, for that increased tax rate. We'll see. We're gonna start constructing buildings next turn, and we'll figure out what those buildings are going to be. But first I'd like to merge these armies, King Faktem and High Queen Khalida, and then plan out what we're going to do there. Because there's also plenty of treasure to go out and get in around here. Maybe enact King Foktem to go on that expedition.
Yes.
Excellent. So let us go into the next turn and see what happens. Yes, we lost a lot of skeleton warriors, but again, this is chaff for a purpose.
Asa blesses me again.
Excellent. 800 battle captives. Okay, let us just quickly take a look at our missions. Right, Book of Nagash, we're on to that anyways. Obtain the following resource, which we will do once we've constructed the marble quarry. Then we need to search ruined settlement, which we'll probably do. Bloodhall Coven can stay in their coven and orgies of blood. Have at least 250 canopic jars. We are on that route anyway. Okay, so at this point,
Bow.
who leveled up? Khalida has leveled up. Right, we're gonna go for Soul Reaper to max out her replenishment rate so that her units are able to replenish as quickly as possible and therefore be more aggressive. Though these are quite nice abilities too. I think Soul Reaper first. Make sure replenishment is as high as it can go.
Find my
So
harem.
let us merge these armies here.
Onward, soldiers.
We're gonna give Hatip to Khalida, shift the skeleton, chariots, and the horsemen archers.
Asap commands.
And let's go with
Advance.
4 spearmen and 2 skeleton warriors.
The goddess wills
More
it.
range and cavalry focus, but that's the whole idea.
My will be done.
Excellent. So now, at this point, so public order is increasing.
It's inevitable.
Let us march High Queen Khalida down south to prepare her campaign into Kayaks. So force march down to the Dust Gate, and King Foktem is going to remain in the Golden Colossus to recruit new forces. Excellent. Okay. I think at this point we're going to call this eventful episode right here, as we're starting to consider what construction projects we're going to enact in this current turn. I thank you all for joining me for Strategy and Stratagems Episode 6 Total War Warhammer 2. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this series and any of the other content that I'm producing.